Like, is that Steeler way? Is that tradition still there? Is it still talked about? Is it still preached about? Is it still passed down? I know I tried to do my best to pass it on to guys
Yep.
that were younger than me. I mentioned in my podcast how I brought Cam Hayward over to my house. I brought Vince Williams, two defensive guys, over to just communicate about the music thing. I know it seems so silly, but I just told them, and I know that some talking heads on those other stations decide to go at me and say it was my responsibility to pass it on. Well, if you listen to the whole podcast, you'll actually hear me say I brought guys to my house to explain it and to talk to them and to try and pass down that tradition. And so, it came to me from Jerome Bettis and Alan Faneca and Hines Ward and guys like that. And I feel like I try to do a good job of passing it on to guys as well. And when you've got guys like you say, Troy Polamalu saying it, it's not just me. There's a lot of guys saying it, but as the quarterback, you're always going to be the one that gets the most heat for it. But
That's right.
I'm not in that locker room, so I can't say if it's gone. I'm just asking the question as what I'm watching. Last week I'm watching a defense against Indianapolis. I'm watching a defense that traditionally is known to never give up. I can't say never. Doesn't like giving up a 100-yard rusher
That's
or
right.
100 yards for a team. I mean, that used to be like one of the biggest goals on the defensive board was 100 yards.
That's right.
Because to me, the trenches, O-line, D-line, that's where your physicality starts.
Yeah.
You can have guys like Hines Ward that are going to block you real hard and knock you around and have Jerome Bettis run you over and those and Troy Polamalu and Ryan Clark come hit you. But it always starts in the trenches. Everyone that's played the game knows that's where the physicality starts.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just asking the question, are we still the same physical team? Because that defensive board that said no 100-yard rushers, well, Indy goes down the field last week on us, I think 13 straight runs. Like that
13 in a row.
that doesn't happen.